It feels like it's never gonna happen. Is gaming ever gonna have its time to shine? I remember back in October to December, we had this big gaming run where everybody was excited about gaming, but these days, it's been a little bit rougher than some of the other niches within the crypto space. Is it time to sell? Well, obviously, I'm a gaming channel, so it kind of is what it is. Depends is always the scenario. We're going to be going over the latest and greatest crypto gaming news and my strategy there in between. If you just kind of caught that, as always, like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So I wanted to start this off by talking about the current meta, which is going to make you feel pretty bad if you're in gaming right now. Meme coins. Meme coins are just, they're doing their thing. It feels like perception in crypto is changing. People are becoming more open to meme coins. However, if you're reaching out to me about meme coins, I ain't gonna have it. I'm not into meme coins. I am into gaming. And so when we're looking at this stuff, don't feel discouraged just because you're missing the boat on something like, you know, Bonk or PayPay. Like, I had PayPay when it was at like $1 billion market cap back in the day. But who knows? I got a 10x on PayPay, but I got a ton of other plays that drained my liquidity. I lost tons of money off of it. So do not feel the FOMO. You're doing perfectly fine doing your research in a micro niche like crypto gaming. Now, looking at the markets, bit of a correction, kind of a little bit of a boring day. If we're looking at gaming, also down like, 7%, kind of is what it is. Not the greatest day in the world for the entire industry. There's a couple things I'm doing, all right? Very soon, there are going to be a couple crypto gaming node launches. As you all may or may not know, I'm currently scaling my nodes portfolio. I technically have over 100K in crypto gaming nodes. However, it is something that I do continue to accumulate as a direct result of me trying to continue to diversify my portfolio within a micro niche called crypto gaming. So the two ones we're looking at right now are Sofon and Carve Official. If we can get into these at good valuations, then that's going to be great. When you're seeing these videos, we will have given 5 Sofon tier 8 whitelist on Legion, which link in the description below. We've been giving tons and tons and tons of value for the crypto gaming space. We ask pretty much nothing from you, so get on there. If you're going to be buying a node, use code JM. But this is just another one of those things that I'm doing. Like, I'm investing pretty much 10K into each of these to continue to accumulate crypto gaming nodes. For the people that are asking me about crypto gaming nodes, because I know this is it's like a new thing that's coming back up. The logic is that gaming nodes they're kind of like fundraisers in a way. It's kind of like this KOL round meta that's happening, key opinion leader meta, where they're giving us opportunities to invest, but a lot of it is pretty damn similar to what the public is getting. So we're essentially the same as the public, but it's just a bunch of humans that are getting out there and promoting a project. So I like the idea of it on nodes. I think that nodes create very loyal community members because, of course, if you're spending, I don't know, $4,000 on nodes, then you're going to be pretty damn incentivized to actually make this ecosystem work long term. That's kind of the idea behind these. You're not going to get crazy short-term profit because that's just not how nodes normally work. Of course, there are outliers such as Zai, but Zai isn't every gaming project in the world. However, if you have this long-term thinking with projects, then you might end up like Animoca. Animoca is pretty much the biggest VC in the entire crypto gaming space, and their reserve capitals as of March 31st are essentially at all-time highs. I mean, they are doing incredibly well right now, which goes to show what patience does for you. They invested into a lot of these things likely during the bear cycle. Now the valuations for a lot of these crypto gaming projects are much higher. So they're able to actually get a little bit of that profit from it, and well deserving, because if you look at the vesting for a lot of these guys, we get 100% of our tokens when we invest in the open market, fairly enough. These guys, they get good valuations, but they have to wait a very long time to actually activate this. We also have other things like InfiniGods securing an $8 million round exclusively from a single firm, which is crazy, Pantera Capital. Other things, we have Puffverse that left BNB for Ronin, which is, new Ronin game. We all know that's always hype, for $3 million. Puffverse, haven't gotten any information on it just yet. Reminds me a lot of Fall Guys. We have the Machines Arena that also raised $5 million on Rona. We have Yuga Labs that has sold their iconic gaming IPs to Faraway, which is, I don't even know what to say about this. This is absolutely catastrophic. If they're leaving gaming, I don't know where Yuga is supposed to go after this. This is like peak FUD. I don't think that NFT collections this cycle are going to be a thing. It's going to be the same exact thing. You're going to have that euphoria, peak euphoria, super hype, and then there's just not enough to keep the rocket ship going. These things are too expensive, so they're attracting only whale buyers. There's only so many of them that exist in the world, and then you get these situations, unfortunately, if you make a mistake. So I still think that tokens, nodes, those kind of things are going to be a lot better. They have a lot more liquidity. They have a lot more buy pressure as a result of the actual teams being a lot more incentivized to make these work. The teams usually have allocations and this kind of stuff. So I'm very much in the mindset of tokens are better than NFTs. Even if, you use these NFTs for tokens, that's perfectly fine. There's obviously situational, purposes for NFTs, but I really strongly believe that tokens are going to be the meta for this crypto cycle, at least for the foreseeable future. Other things, crypto game Nyan Heroes is the top 30 most played on the Epic Games Store, which I think is pretty awesome. A lot of people played Nyan Heroes when that came out. I'm invested into it, full transparency, but I do actually really like Nyan Heroes. I played over 100 matches when they were doing their play to airdrop. And in my opinion, if there's any game that's going to get some sort of adoption in crypto gaming over the course of the next couple months, it's probably going to be Nyan Heroes. So let's go over what's working in gaming right now. We had Mavia, which Mavia has been kind of cooking lately, up 50%. Of course, Memecoins. We also have GuildFi. So GuildFi has actually done a rebrand and they've called themselves Zentry, which in my opinion is a brand new meta that's going to be absolutely massive. There are tokens such as Beam, used to be called Merit Circle. They migrated over to Beam, that are developing their subnets or their own chains. And all of a sudden, these little funds that used to just be a fund, all of a sudden have all these connections to create an actual super layer and amplify everything that they're doing. So I'm actually really bullish on coins like GuildFi because I think the fact that they're trying to make their own layer chain is going to be humongous, considering how many investments they've gone ahead and activated. Now let's go over how IDOs have performed, because IDOs, if you don't know, they are the start of every journey in a crypto coin. They have kickstarted a couple. I mean, Carrot came out there, people holding their NFTs did pretty damn well. Garrett, I'm not gonna lie, right now stands at, what is this, an $87 million market cap or 688 million fully diluted. Has corrected since then. You're gonna notice that pretty much every crypto gaming play that is launched, we got Games GG here, we've got Xverse, Planet Mojo, Arcade, Block Games, all have been pretty red after their IDOs. Here's what I've always said. You want to wait at least a month before you get into these things, because there's probably going to be a lot of sell pressure. It's just kind of how it is. These tokens come out, people are farming the Mojo airdrop. It gets sell pressure. Does it make it a bad project? Absolutely not. I think Mojo is great. We invested into Mojo as well, and it's been pretty damn good for us. Just honest about it. So where I'm going here is that this is kind of like your opportunity to get into these crypto gaming IDOs at the similar prices to where investors ended up paying for it, is what I'm trying to say here, which could be a very good thing, but it could also be a bad thing depending on if the project is actually going to do anything. I implore that you do research on these projects, not just the ones that I'm showing you right here. There's going to be more IDOs that of course come to fruition over the course of the next couple of weeks, but I do implore that you look into these projects because right now is peak FUD. Any token that launches during a bear market is probably not going to do that well until they actually experience a bull cycle. It's the same when we have these little mini bear FUD events where a lot of these gaming projects are just correcting and correcting and correcting and correcting, and interest isn't that high. You're pretty much able to get into very similar pricing as when these things even came out and investors got into them, which is something that you're not really able to get when the actual hard bull's going and, these tokens are getting billion plus valuations just on launch. So things I'm looking at, of course, we joined Carrot. So, I'm always bullish on this kind of stuff. I am extremely bullish on projects that are shipping out products over the course of the next 1 to 2 months. If we're going to have something in June, because I think we're going to have a big summer for gaming. A lot of people are out for summer. It's going to be huge because a lot of these games are planning for their games to actually go fully live. in that June, July, August range, which to me makes a lot of sense. We're getting that post-halving FUD, which is totally normal in crypto. I would suspect that the IDOs that are coming out in the next week or so are probably not going to be the strongest, even though we're probably invested in some of them. But that's kind of the name of the game. You're not always going to have wins, but as long as your wins covering your losses and you're continuing to get your portfolio into a higher market cap standard, then you're going to be doing pretty well for yourself. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I hope you learned something this video. Stay classy, and that's all.